The John F. Kennedy assassination, a tragic moment in history that causes a lot of people, even today, to wonder why and how it really happened, thus forming conspiracy theories. It all started on the fateful day of November 22nd, 1963 at 12:30 p.m. Passing through Elm Street during this motorcade to win over supporters from Texas, which was a conservative state, Kennedy was suddenly shot in the neck. In an attempt to protect himself, he raised up his arms, but it was no use. The next shot was a fatal shot to the front of the head which killed Kennedy. Everybody in this motorcade started panicking as Governor Connolly quickly rushed Kennedy to Parkland Hospital, where Kennedy shortly died and was pronounced dead at 1 p.m. This film was shot by Abraham Zapruder and is the only video recording of this event. The person who shot Kennedy, Lee Harvey Oswald, an ex-Marine who worked at the book depository, which contained the sniper nest room that Oswald prepared to be able to shoot the president. Shortly after the assassination, the boss of the book depository reported Oswald to be the only employee missing for no reason. During Oswald's escape attempt, he was confronted by Officer Tippit, who he shot in order to not get arrested. He then escaped into a theater, but was caught since he didn't have a movie ticket. Oswald was brought to a Dallas police station and was going to be transferred to a county facility when he was shot by Jack Ruby, a nightclub owner. When he was interrogated, he said he would explain his actions when he was transferred to Washington, D.C. because he feared for his life, but wasn't allowed to. When he was permitted a new trial, he said, "The world will never know the true facts of what occurred. The people who had so much to gain and had such an ulterior motive for putting me in the position I'm in will never let the true facts come above board to the world." The Warren Commission was started by President Johnson to investigate the Kennedy assassination on November 29, 1963. The Warren Commission closed the case after they concluded that Oswald was the only assassin, that Oswald shot from the 6th floor of the book depository building, and that Oswald used the Italian Mantichner Carsano rifle, and that he shot Officer Tippit. Many people accepted the report at first, but soon conspiracy theories started to appear. The Grassy Knoll conspiracy theory. Many witness reports said that they heard gunshots being fired from the Grassy Knoll area behind the fence, which was not far from the school book depository and near Zapruder's location, who was the cameraman who recorded the assassination. Farther away from the Elm Street and the Grassy Knoll area was a fence where many witnesses say they heard gunshots as well as saw smoke from. This theory does make sense also since the Grassy Knoll area was in front of the motorcade and since Kennedy has wood blown back from the force, blowing back a piece of Kennedy's bone fragment as well. The Mafia conspiracy theory. This conspiracy theory points towards New Orleans Mafia leader Carlos Marcello. Robert F. Kennedy, John F. Kennedy's brother, a senator from New York, was against Mafia organizations and was hated by the Mafias. Marcello was forced to be deported to Guatemala by Robert F. Kennedy's orders and was deported to several countries before returning to the U.S. Although Marcello was back within weeks, his attitude suggested that he hated Kennedy. According to an FBI private investigator, during a meeting with the FBI outside his house in 1962, he stated that to get RFK, he'd have to kill the president. They couldn't kill RFK because JFK would use military force to get Marcello. Killing JFK would cause RFK to lose his political power as Attorney General because of the new president. Despite this, Marcello was seen as having no connection to the assassination, according to the Warren investigators. It could have been possible that Marcello was responsible since he was connected to Jack Ruby and Oswald to some degree. Oswald was an associate of David Ferrie, who was an investigator for Marcello, and Jack Ruby had contact with Marcello's members who ran his Dallas operations. Though unlikely, this theory is possible because of the possible connection with Ruby and Oswald originating from Marcello's hate for Robert F. Kennedy, but he would have needed to take John F. Kennedy out instead, so it would be a lot easier to bring down Robert F. Kennedy since for some reason he's so afraid of the military and not the government. Though these conspiracy theories do have support and are possible, they don't have any solid evidence that can prove them. In fact,